Everybody Beats here from Pop Turn is speaking to Izzy G about Under the Bridge. All episodes now streaming on Hulu. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, you know, the finale is out now, and we could talk about things. And
yeah, we can say things now without spoiling anything.
I don't want to waste time. I can't even imagine getting kind of the scripts for that court scene like that. I feel like that was just probably preparation on its own, right?
Do you know what's crazy? That was my audition scene.
Wow.
That was my audition scene. Yeah, I had one other scene. I forget what it is. That was my audition scene. And and the train scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, my cats are everywhere.
They want to be in the interview. That's fine.
that was definitely
This is so good. No, it's the best. They want to be in the shots. It's fine.
Wow. What a start to this amazing
No, it's
interview.
great.
Okay.
I love it.
Gotta lock you in. Okay. I mean, yeah, it was definitely difficult, and I'm really grateful that I had the support that I had from Kevin, from the writers, and my family, obviously, and even everybody. I mean, I was slamming my hand on the table, and you can imagine it gets bruised after a little bit. There was definitely sore. This one lady who's in the background, who's in the crowd, she came up to me. I forget what it was. It was like an icy hot or something. And she was like, here, this will help so much. And I had it the entire time. And I was so grateful to her. And I was grateful to everyone that I had to support. Because, you know, I mean, it's not easy to go that far.
100%. And I'm just curious, because you brought up that was your audition scenes. Like, going back a little bit, like, what is that mindset like? Getting everything, basically, you know what I mean? Like, this is, you know, true crime based on something that happened, you know what I mean? You're playing like a character that did this horrific event, like, in crime. Like, what is all that? Because I'm sure it's a lot, right? But like, what is that like kind of mindset, like, before filming, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of, it's definitely changed, like watching my audition tape to now. I definitely had more time to find who Kelly was to me and who she was in the show and what role she played, for sure. And I think one thing I've always said is that I couldn't play Kelly Ellard. I didn't know Kelly Ellard. I had never met Kelly Ellard. Yeah. I didn't want to meet Kelly Ellard. Mm-hmm. So I really did just focus on playing a troubled and disturbed 15-year-old girl, and to really carry that, who was very manipulative in our show, and to really carry that out into the everything that happened, every little incident that happened, to really carry it throughout that, and especially through the court scene where she's trying to manipulate and she's trying to be that good little girl that she always has been, and to see it not working and to have that breakdown in front of everybody. Yep. And it really did help too, though, for me as a person, because even on my close-up, they had everyone there. Mm-hmm. So it really was shocking. It really was nerve-wracking to have everybody watch me have this breakdown. And you can only apply that to your character as, oh my God, people just saw me as a monster.
Yeah, no, totally. And the whole show was just very difficult to watch, so I can't even imagine filming it. More specifics, just kind of, you could tie in Under the Bridge or Hulu, but we're not going to go into big plots or anything with the rest of these questions. Izzy, is more like, you know, you get the scripts and then you go and film it. I'm just curious from a journey perspective, acting perspective, like, what is that like on a show like this? Because it's like a lot can happen before you go to camera. You know what I mean?
I mean, you just get deeper into it. You know, I think each script that comes to you, you just get deeper into the character. And I mean, I'm not a method actor, 100%. One of my biggest things is leave it on the field, leave it on the field, leave it on the field. But, I mean, you definitely lose yourself a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, it's all storytelling at the end of the day, you know, AJ and the Queen, and then, you know, Under the Bridge, you know, very different worlds, but it's all storytelling, right? So were they separate for you, or like, did you kind of take some mindsets and preparation from working on a show like that to Under the Bridge on Hulu?
I mean, yeah, There were some things that, you know, I learned as an actor and as a person from RuPaul Charles, from Michael Patrick King, you know, from all these great gods of film. And something that I really took is like the work, oh my gosh, the work ethic of it, and really applied that to Under the Bridge. I apply it to anything, you know, everything I do.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm forever grateful to AJ and the Queen for teaching me everything that they did.
Well, I think it's just kind of like, I mean, the life of kind of a storyteller and an actor is, you know, on to the next journey. And all these journeys are different, and the characters are different, and the genres are different. But again, it's all the same end goal, right? It's to create these stories. So I'm sure there's going to be that some projects you've done, you could take kind of some mindsets or tricks or ideas to one compared to another one more. So I always find it interesting. And then like, because like I said, a lot happens before you go to camera on Under the Bridge on Hulu. In a lot of ways, you know, it could be seen, Izzy, as two journeys, right? Before filming a show and after filming a show. Or for you, from a storytelling perspective, did it feel like one big journey with multiple steps?
I'm going to be honest, it was kind of a blur. It was all together, basically, because we filmed 1 and 2 together, and then we'd film 3 and then some of 6, and it's like I'll post BTS photos and I'll go back and it's like, wait, this is 6 and then this is 3, hang on, you know. And it's like there was so much in such a little time that we did, you know. I mean, watching it was really crazy though, because it was 8 episodes, but we all put so much hard work and so much effort into it. And it's like, it's crazy to see. I mean, you know, the directing was amazing. You would come off, especially in the court scene. I will forever thank Kevin for this. I love you, Kevin, so much. It was such a difficult scene. And I would tell him, I would go up to him, I'm like, I have 1 more and then I need a break. And he's like, all right, 1 more, then you need a break. Or he'll literally just be like, go take a break. You're good. And he was so patient and he was so kind, and to just have that support, you know, and the process of that, just, again, growing into your character more.
Well, I think I'm just curious because of the court, like that court scene, like what we see in the finale, right? Like, I'm just curious, was that kind of a couple of days? Was that like a week going back? Because I'm sure, because there's a lot of court scenes, right? That Kelly's also not in. So, or like we don't see Kelly much. So I'm sure a lot of the court scenes spanned over a week, but like all that stuff, was that like, that wasn't like one day, right? That was a couple of days.
No, that was 1 day.
Yeah,
1 day.
That's so crazy. Cause like, I feel like there's a lot of court scenes.
I'm grateful that was my audition scene, because at that point I had all the lines in and stuff. All I needed to do was just tune them back into Kelly and who she was, and be able to go in and just lose myself.
I just find it so crazy because, you know, I'll talk to some people from other TV shows, right? And I'll bring up like a scene, and it's like a 3-minute scene. And they will tell me that it took like 3 to 4 days to like film that scene. And it was like 3-4 minutes. So like, I never know. So I wasn't sure. Maybe like that whole scene took like a couple of days. You know what I mean? Because it's not.
Just went right through it.
So you're an incredible actor, Izzy. I just want to say that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I use the rage of what kind of Kelly did too.
Is it kind of like, are you starting like, because the finale's out right now? There's obviously some big kind of Kelly episodes before this, but I think this is the really big one where everything kind of erupts, so to speak. What's that like, kind of seeing that kind of reception, like episode after episode kind of dropping? Because we're living in like kind of like a drop binge world, but now this is the traditional kind of episode after episode. What has that been like for you?
I think a lot of things with actors, where a lot of people I know will agree with me on this, but sometimes when you see yourself on camera, you'll cringe because you see you. And with this show, I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see me. I didn't see this. And I'll watch the show and I'm like, who is her? But I really love that people are connecting to it and that they really understand. Seriously.
Absolutely. The fact that it kind of takes place, you know, years ago in like the 90s and everything, I feel like that kind of like going back in time for a role, there's so much at play, right? There's the aesthetic and like, you know, all that and everything. Was it kind of just kind of all those elements that came to mind, like the music, you know, what like the people, like the aesthetic, the clothes, what things look like is that all kind of in your mind, like going back in time for a role specifically?
Oh yeah, I mean, I will forever say this, but I couldn't have done such a brilliant job without the costumes, without the set design, without the writing. You know, seriously, I can only do so much with so little, and to have so much free time, to have so much playing time. I mean, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, you know, the scene where they show what happens, like you know, it's very traumatizing. Just kind of like, you know, Vritika did a great job, you know, reading in the phone booth, and
oh my god, I love Vritika so much. After I watched the 8th episode,
yeah,
I was bawling. I couldn't breathe. I was shaking. I was crying. And I literally called Vritika and I was like, oh, I'm going to cry. I was like, I love you so much. I was like, you did such a good job. You are so brilliant and you're so perfect. Like, I couldn't be prouder.
Yeah, well, that was my next question, because I just wanted to know about like your scenes with Vritika and then your scenes with Chloe, because they're like really different, right? Like the conversations are different. So what was that like for you specifically, working with both Vritika and Chloe on those like scenes?
I mean, both of them were amazing and both of them were so supportive. You know, I think that was really what helped throughout the show, was not hating each other, you know, and to really go into it with understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but it's just kind of like the subject, like the conversations and like the type of banter is like completely different if you think about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, they did kind of what the heck? Oh my gosh. They did kind of let us go off the rail. Yeah. I mean, instead of, you know, keeping the horse in the pen, they were really like, go ahead. A lot of it is improvised.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the show is improvised. Seriously. They really said, we're going to let the kids be kids. We're going to let them get into their characters and we're going to let them stay there. And I mean, there were so many moments where we just kind of started going back and forth and it worked, and it shows it worked.
Yeah, no, totally. No, absolutely. And like all episodes are available on Hulu now, Under the Bridge. Izzy, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. You're so fun. You're so energetic. Like,
I appreciate. Well, you know, I know. We got to talk about it. It's you did such an amazing job in the show, so we got to be excited about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your Instagram is the best way where people keep up to date with everything, right? Is it just Izzy G on Instagram?
Ms. Izzy G. It's so fun. People keep calling me Mizzy. I love you guys so much. You're so cute. They keep calling me Mizzy. It's Izzy. I love you guys. It's
also,
so
if they
cute.
put Izzy G, they'll find it as well.
Yeah, if you put Izzy G, you'll find it. But yeah,
awesome.
I love y'all.
Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popturn for previous episodes. All episodes of Under the Bridge are streaming now on Hulu. You can catch Izzy G as Kelly in this series. Until next time, this is Izzy G and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.